First, this is where all the equipment is stored. The rack on its cart, the projector stand underneath the amplifier, the screen in the corner, the monitor wedges on the floor next to the piano, and finally, the cross, which has a battery pack on its base to turn on the lights. It goes on the center of the stage at the back, and the screen and projector stand go to the far side of the stage. The next stop is rolling the cart out to the stage, even with the front of the curtain, and remove the two covers. Next, remove these 4 devices from inside the rack. First, the router, extend the antennas, set it on top of the rack. Next, the wireless microphone, set it on top and extend its antennas. Remove the power cord, pull out the hearing aid transmitter and just let it hang. Pull out the wireless microphone antenna and let it hang. They are connected all the time. Their cables are marked in red. Do not disconnect them at any time. Next, open this bottom drawer. Take out the wireless microphone for the pastor, put it on top, and take out as many DI boxes as you need for your instruments and put them on top as well. Next, we're going to prepare the cables. They're in this box labeled stage cable snakes. Put it on the floor, take the lid off. We're going to take out all of these microphone extension cables. The ones with red Velcro are 15-foot cables. The ones with yellow Velcro are 10-foot cables. These are the ones that we use for the center stage microphones, and we use the longer 15-foot cables for the microphones that are on either side of the pastor. There's more of the red ones. Then we pull out these monitor cables, and we'll set them aside for now as well. Remove the 2 snakes. The short end of the snake is what's going to plug into our system, and each cable is labeled with the microphone that it attaches to, the person's microphone. And we're going to lay these cables out. This is the front stage snake. And it goes under the curtain and around the stairs to the center of the stage. This is the backstage snake, and it's marked with blue tape every few feet, so it's easier to spot in the box. This is the cable for all of the instruments. And again, the long end outside of the sleeves are what go out to the instruments, and the short end is what connects to the rack. It gets laid out back to the curtain and then behind the instruments. I prefer to hook up the instruments first because they're on the bottom row. And that way, everything's easy to get to. They're all marked, the cables are marked, and the rack is marked. So all you have to do is match the cable to the input. And then we're going to take the front stage cable snake and hook it up. And again, every cable is labeled. Just connect it to its matching label. Jeff has his own cable, so he will connect them. Next, we're going to get the 2 floor wedges and bring them to the front of the stage. It doesn't matter which one goes on which side, but you'll place one on each side of the center of the stage. The cables are labeled for monitor 1 and monitor 2. We're going to run the XLR cable from the rack to the first monitor and the power cable from the power strip to the first monitor. The monitor cable female goes to the monitor outlet here on the rack, and then we run the cable right beside the front stage snake all the way to the monitor. The power connects here. Make sure that the switch is on, and the XLR cable comes right here to this input. To connect the second monitor, use the 1/4" cable in the line out mark. Then you'll go to the second monitor, connect the other end of the 1/4" cable into the line input. Connect the power cable to its outlet. Make sure the power is on. And then you're going to run this power cable to the extension cord on this side of the stage. Next, we're going to take the speaker cables, which are wrapped around the handle of the cart. They're labeled main, and we're going to connect them here to the main outlets on the rack. Next, we're going to take the other end of the speaker cables, which are wrapped around the handle, and they have a 1/4" adapter on the end, and we're going to plug them into the amplifier channel number 5. We don't turn the amplifier on at this point because it is the very last thing that we turn on in the sequence. Once all the microphones and instruments have been plugged into their XLR cables, we then proceed to turn all of the equipment on. Everything is plugged into the surge protector, and you turn on the rack, and then you turn on the amplifier. That's the last thing. Breaking down the setup is just in reverse. And the most important thing is to get all the cables disconnected from their microphones and instruments before you start taking up any cables. And then we're going to put all of those things back where they started. We're going to put the snakes into their storage box, and they just go in a big loop like this. Doesn't matter which one you put in first. I'm putting the front stage in first this time. And then we're going to add the backstage snake next. And again, just loop them in like this. That leaves space in the middle that we can put our monitor cables and the microphone extensions. Everything's going to fit in there real nice. Just like that. The last thing to do is to put these 4 things back in. What I like to do is start with the transmitter and its cables. Just put it up on this shelf. Get the cables in so they don't get pinched. Take the antenna, put it up on the shelf. Take the wireless transmitter box, close its antennas. Get its cables in. Put it right upright in the back. Then we're going to take the router with its cables. It has a piece of Velcro here, and there's Velcro on the inside of the cage. And you can just set it just inside the door here and make sure that the Velcro catches, and that keeps it from falling out. The last thing will be this power cable. We're just going to kind of squeeze it here. We're going to turn the lights off and then put the cabinet door back on. The final step is pushing everything back into where it was stored, and will stay for the rest of the week. That's it.